All right, boys, today we got a good one for you. This is going to be the unboxing video of the OBDSTAR DC706, okay? So as you can see, there's the model number information there for you guys. Pretty hefty box, as you can see by the size of my hand. So let's get into it, man. Just to let you guys know, I am an official distributor for OBDSTAR, so we do have all the different products. Definitely check out our the airbag reset tool, the P50, and our other videos. I am going to give you an honest review also on the unit. From my uses, I've got a lot of different programmers reviewed on the channel and all of that, so definitely check those out. But you will get, even though I am a distributor, I'm definitely going to let you know the pros and cons, because everything is not perfect, and we're going to find out where this tool excels and what the expectation should be. All right, guys, let's get it. Okay, and by the way, we will have these on our website, globalcommerceca.com. So if you do, there's something that you will want, definitely go to our website. And as you can see, it's a very nice hard case, sturdy. You can definitely keep this. Looks like it would definitely hold up. It also matters where you get it from, being that we're an official distributor. We have direct link to the engineering teams, so we will be able to, first of all, address any issues you have directly, and we can escalate it if we need to get any support. Documentation here, guys, and here we are with the actual unit. And as you can see, the tablet, I'm going to measure for you here in a second. And of course, you'll have the dimensions on our website as well. It comes with the OBD cable. Looks like a port here to inject power. And here is our adapter. And that's it. Looks like it's a 12 volt. Let's be exact. 12 volt, 2 amp DC charger. Okay. And yeah, just to add, guys, at the bottom of the box, you do have, it is included a PIC004. Let me open this up 1 second. And here it is. So basically, this is basically a breakout cable. So you would hook up on 6 and 14. You would hook up your jumper leads, which are included here as well, right? To CAN high and CAN low. And you can then toggle the 120 ohm resistor off and on. Let's get that in focus for you guys. And if you've seen the P50 video, it's the exact same unit. So you turn it off and on. That's how you supply power to your ECM from this device. And of course, you could also do K-line here if the ECM needs that. So you've got CAN high, CAN low on pins 6 and 14, or optionally CAN high and CAN low on 11 and 3. And of course, you've got K-line here if it's necessary, or GM pin 1 right there. And here are the breakout cables. On first glance, these cables actually look to be pretty good quality, guys. I'd say. Yeah, they feel good. Oh yeah. Yeah, nice heat shrinking on them all the way to the edge. Done very well. Yeah, these are nice cables. So this will connect to the actual, this will connect, to, of course, to your unit right there via OBD, and then it breaks out here, and then you would connect to your ECM, right? So these are all just leads here. So then you can then individually break it out by they're all labeled. This is pretty neat. I like that. So this would insert, of course, into the lead. For example, let's say if it's a power, we're going to go with this one, this 16 power. So we would be able to then just plug in the power here. That's a pretty firm connection, by the way. It's not pulling out. And on the other end is that we'd be able to then insert into our ECM to provide power. And of course, we have all the different types of connection sizes, right, that you might need to get that done. So pretty cool. I like that. I actually really like this. In fact, this could even be used at, well, yeah, well, it breaks out from this. So yeah, this is pretty good cables. That the PIC003 is optional, but it does come with the 4. So if you're going to need to do the breakout on certain ECMs, such as like to get the GPT-1 or 0, those type of connections, you will need the optional adapter, but it does come with the 4 and breakout cables, guys. All right, let's get some dimensions on the unit so we can see the thickness. It is on the rim there, as you can see. It's 32 millimeters, and for us in the States, 1.3 inches. A little bit thinner on the interior diameter, 1.05 inches. And for my boys in Australia and everywhere else, 26.5. And it is, let's get this one. It's roughly at, on the edge, which we're gonna, on the bumpers, we're at right at 146, about 5 1/4, 3/4 inch, right? And the length looks like I'm past my tool. 6 plus a little mark here. We're gonna get a inaccurate reading, but close enough. So we have an idea. Of course, these dimensions are on the site, official dimensions. 6 plus 3, that's 9, so about 9 inches. Yeah, it looks like a nice sturdy unit. Like I said, it reminds me of the P50, but of course bigger, but not a whole lot bigger. It's actually pretty small. I expected it to be a bigger unit. Looks like the sides here come out, and we've got looks like a micro SD slot, right? Let's see if you can see that. And let's see on the other side if there's anything. No, only on this side. At the top, we've got our power button, USB-C, OBD, USB power, 12 volts in. Of course, I showed you the adapter. There we go. So, okay, let's power it up. Yeah, you know, you're always supposed to charge these things when you get them, but I like to break the rules, man. Let's see if it has any juice. Okay, it did come with some charge. It's booting up. I've got the cable here to plug it in. Let's see how much charge it came with. Okay. Give it a chance to load. I'm pretty sure this is standard Android. Of course, their flavor of it, just like the P50. We're going to see. I'm pretty sure it's going to be using the same suite software, style software rather. Of course, this is a different version. Yeah, there it is, DP. Similar. So if you use the P50, if you check my other videos, you're going to have an idea on this interface. It's pretty much the same interface. They have a global interface. So the first thing you're going to have to do is create your account. You need to create an account on their system, and there you'll be able to update the tools and whatnot. See right here, you got to do a login. I've already got my login. I'm going to go ahead and log in. Okay. Oh, I forgot to set up the Wi-Fi. Definitely connect your Wi-Fi first, guys. We're going to get on the pull-down menu. Wi-Fi. Hold it down. Actually, there's a down arrow. I'm going to set up my network real quick. As you can see, the up arrow here designates when there's updates. So, of course, we'll go here, and like the FAQ, we click on that. Whether download, we tell it yes. And there it is. It's actually going to download it. So there you go. And upgrade, yes. So you want to go ahead and download it. And if you don't know about this unit is the be-all, end-all when it comes to programmers, PCM, flashing, any type of module manipulation, all that kind of stuff. And you've got it all in this unit on a tablet. You don't need to have any PC, anything that lets you do everything directly here from this unit, guys. Just going to try to download again. We had 4.5%. It was kind of slow. I'll bring you back. All right, we're at 100% on the download update. And we're going to tell it to install. All right. Yeah, so you can clone ECMs. You can read the information, change VIN numbers. There's a lot of things. This tool is a very powerful tool, guys. So let's see if it's going to take a second for it to actually update the software and let us back in. Yeah, it's still loading. Bring it back. All right, loading back up. So we're going to go to agree. And here we are. It's updated. Just as a quick note, guys, after you log in the personal center, you will be able to, if you go to just the ECU flasher, it's going to be the standard version with the ECM. But once you go to the upgrade, it's going to give you a list of the different versions of the software available if you have the full version of this software, right? So we've got all selected, and we just tell it to upgrade. It's going to download that allows you to do TCMs, motorcycle ECMs, body modules, and all the different types of modules, basically. So as you can see, it's downloading process. All right, as you can see, they're all upgraded now. Go back to ECU flasher. It's upgrading the internal VCI of the device. But as you can see, we've got the other modules there. Upgrade is in process. And it's upgrading the internal MCU as well. Latest updates. All right, guys, let's get into it and see some of the supported ECM. So you just go into Flasher, you click on ECM. And as you can see, here is the list. And this is going to be a pretty long list. We can also, of course, search here optionally. There's a particular ECM. As you can see, we've got a lot of, we're strong on the German support, Continental and Bosch. We're on to the GM AC Delco. We've got E39, E39A, E67, 78, 80, 83, 38, yeah, 39 back again on Cadillac, same ECMs, E92, Bosch, ME17s, back on the Chevy, E67, E82, 83, E84, E87, E98. We've got Bosch 17, ME17 8.8. Let me open up one of these. Let's try a common one. We'll also go ahead and put it on the bench and see if we could, here's the pinout. We'll click on the pinout here. Standard mode. It has boot recovery mode as well. There's our E39A, image 2, and there is our actual pinouts. That's going to be on the blue, which is X1, and then B, which is the black connector. So on the big one, of course, there's a ground, 2 powers, and our can high and low. As you can see the pin out there, guys. So we'd hit back at this point, and we would then click on it and do start. Standard mode, and this standard mode would then let it just connect normally through the CAN lines, and you would be, of course, be able to yes, internet connection. You'll be able to clone the unit, read the information. We'll go ahead and connect to one of these, and I'll do a quick demonstration for you guys. So of course we can pull the ECU info, read the D flash, write the D flash, then connect, read the shadow flash, disconnect, everything just right here, touch. You can do it all just like that. Again, you can view the pinout. You can go back to that if you needed to, right here from inside the module. Guide, let's see what guide brings up. Okay, all right. Let you, yeah. Okay, in fact, this also works with the P004 adapter, and it's looks like pretty well written out instructions, to be honest, guys. So here it shows you the different memory locations you can read, operations instructions, shows you how to actually physically hook it up. As you can see, the P004 and breakout cable here, guys. Connection method, basically the same pin out. This is pretty good documentation, to be honest. I'm actually kind of impressed. And here's the recovery mode pinouts as well. If you guys have worked with different programmers, you'll know this is actually pretty good to have all this just right here like this. And it's actually very well. Let's see, we can even zoom in if we need to. And that is actually pretty good detail. So you can definitely get down to the exact pin or whatever you need to connect to. So I definitely like that. It's very snappy to zoom through and browse through this image. Pretty good. I'll say the screen quality is about the same. I would say a little bit better than the screen quality on the P50. Okay, and that's it. Yeah, okay, pretty cool. Back. All right, like I said, we're going to go ahead later and connect up and go ahead and read E39 ECM. We'll go back for now and kind of just look at, this is just going to be, like I said, a quick mini review somewhat to kind of look at the unit and how it operates and whatnot. All right, here we're back at the list. Okay. So you can just kind of look at, we've got the Chrysler GPEC that are supported, as well GPEC 2, GPEC 2A, GPEC 3. So let's go here. Let's look at the, let's enter the GPEC, start, GPEC 3. Everybody always is interested in the Dodge GPEC ECMs. So let's see what options we've got available, guys. Of course, yep, we got internet. And okay, yeah, we can connect. Let's go to pinout. Yep, there's our GPEC 3. I've got one of these, so we can actually do some playing around with that. You guys click the thumbs up button, guys. Leave a comment if you want to see me to play around with this GPEC unit with this programmer. Let's go ahead to image 2. Okay, that's showing how to connect up. Let's see if I can zoom in. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we got to connect up to that resistor, it looks like. Yeah, that's just showing us where we're at. Okay, cool. GPT-1, okay. Image 3, let's see what we got. That's showing us how to actually connect up to the unit, a resistor between can high and can low. We got 3 powers and 1 ground on the green connector. Okay, let's go to the guide. Let's see what kind of information we got on the GPEC 3 on the guide. P003 adapter, optional as well. Let's see, it's telling you you can have to use the resistor between it. Okay, and there it is with the breakout cable. And of course, you could always do this. Let's see here. Yeah, you need the you need to connect GPT-1, so it's probably going to need that because this cable, as you can see here, let's see if I can zoom in for you guys. Yeah, so this breakout cable actually has the GPT-1 and GPT-0, so this is probably an adapter definitely going to need to work on the GPECs or any ECMs that require this this type of connection to get into this boot mode. So something to keep in mind. Okay, that was the guide I think we looked at, right? Yeah, I think that was the guide. My memory's kind of bad, guys. Yeah, that was the guide. Okay, yeah. All right, let's go back. Let's see. Just kind of going to go through the list a little bit. You see we're way at the top right here, guys, and there's still a lot to go. This does a lot. We're in the Forge right now. You can look at some of the Forge, Siemens, Continentals, Bosch. We've got a lot of modules, guys. Of course, we're on GMC back again, so same modules. GM, Chevy, they're the same. Holden is, I believe, GM as well. Hyundai, got Hyundai modules. Iveco, High Reset, Jaguar, Jeep. We're back at the GPECs and whatnot. Kia, Lamborghini, and we're barely halfway, guys. So this thing, you can see the full list on the website. Click the link, go over to globalcommerceca.com and go over to the programmer section, and you can definitely view the full list. There's major updates to this as well. It supports a lot of newer modules. So definitely you guys want to check that full list out. I'm not going to bore everybody now just going through this whole list because as you can see, it's extensive. And we're pretty much near the bottom. We're at Toyota right now, Suzuki. See, so we're going to go ahead now and Volkswagen. We're going to go ahead now and connect this up to the, I believe, an E39A I got available right now, and we're going to do some tests on it, guys. Here's an important note if you're considering this programmer, guys. This would compete with the likes of the Fox Flash and some of those other flashes, but one thing to keep in mind, this is actually an original product by OBDSTAR. Those other products, they're clones, and you're subject to whatever might happen with that clone company. You know, it can, who knows how long it's going to be up. But being that you've got an actual original device with support, everything directly through us, backed by OBDSTAR, in my opinion, it's the way I would go. Because the only thing that sucks with buying a tool is buying a tool, and within 3 to 6 months, there's no support, it's gone, it doesn't work, and there's nobody to talk to. So you got to kind of consider all those things when you're buying a tool, guys. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and test this out with the GM E38 ECM. This is actually an ECM sent out by one of the viewers on the channel. They wanted to go ahead and remove the speed governor on it. It's for a 12 Chevy Express van. So we're going to use the OBDSTAR to go ahead and read and back up this unit. By the way, guys, any help you guys need or whatever, just reach out to me, email in the description as well, guys. So let's go ahead and start on this. So on the main menu, we're going to pick ECM. As you notice, there's for motorcycle and for cars, so we want vehicles. ECM, we'll click on it. We're going to select brand. We'll go to Chevy. ACDL code E38 ECM, and we can do guide or pin out. Let's do both so you can see the difference. So the guide will give you more detailed information. Again, you can pause this and bring it back and watch at your leisure so you can kind of see what we're getting here. Okay. You can see the cable pinouts there. All right, now we'll go to back and do the pinout. And there's ECM. Of course, you have a gray connector and a black connector. And we go to image 2 here. And everything is going to be on the black connector. As you can see, we have 2 powers, can high, can low, and a ground. So I'm going to hook that up right now using the adapter. By the way, you have a set of each type of connector, if you can see that. So as you can see, this is like the round connector. Then you have these, which would go on this ground connector on this ECM. We're going to use one of these. And of course, you have the finer ones here, which will go on for our power and can. And then you have bigger connectors here. So they all come grouped like this. Me personally, I'll just leave them like this and connect as I need. So let's go ahead. All right, I've connected all my leads. As you can see, I've got 2 powers, can low, can high, and a ground. So I use that bundle here. You can separate it. They're just twist ties, but I like just keeping everything together. And I will say this connection here that you fit in here is a very snug connection. This is not coming out unless you physically pull this out. You can hang this by this for you. It would never come out. This is a very snug connection, very secure. I like that. So, okay, we got everything hooked up now, and we've connected it to the breakout cable, which is connected to the P004 adapter. And at this point, we're going to connect the OBD port to the device. Note, guys, like on the P50, the power, your 12-volt power, you're going to remove it from the device and plug it into the actual OBD cable, which will supply power to your device and also to the adapter, which then goes to your ECM. Okay, so here we go. We've connected the adapter to the OBD port, which then goes to the P004, which has power coming in here. And then, of course, it's broken out by the breakout cables. By the way, everything is neatly labeled here, guys. We've got the ground. We've got a couple of 2 can highs and can low cables and various power cables, as you can see. I believe this is going to be the K line, probably. What is that? K line, yep. Anyway, from there, we have our cables and, of course, connected to our ECM. And you provide power to the ECM by this button, like that, off and on, as you can see. Keep note, guys, this adapter, you can also break it out here like this if you wanted to, but we're using the pass-through breakout cable here. And that means, if you notice here, we can There's an internal resistor here for the CAN bus. We already have a resistor on the ECM, so I'm actually going to turn these off. You just slide these jumpers down, and there's two different CAN line settings. So we got CAN 6 and 14, which is standard for most vehicles, but you also have 3 and 11, I believe, right? And what I did here, I made a mistake. So keep in mind, guys, this is CAN high 6, and I've used the actual one for 3, so you might have a communication issue. So I'm going to go ahead and switch and make sure I'm using 6 and 14 for my CAN and CAN high and CAN low. As you can see, I'm using 3 right now. So now I'm connected to the right one, 6 and 14, as you see there, guys. Just kind of something to note. Okay, I'm going to turn it on now. I have the resistors off. We don't need it because the ECM has an internal resistor. So now I'm going to go back, and we're going to go to E38 ECM. We're going to go to Start on the bench. Okay, some kind of a hiccup. I just went back in and did it again. Let me go back and do that again. By the way, guys, you do need internet connection for this, so just keep that in mind. Loading data. It should prompt you that it needs to connect to the internet. It needs to connect to the server. Okay, yes. All right, now we're in, and we do have power to the device, so we're going to do ECU info, and it should query the device and give us VIN number, and yep, there we go. So there's the current VIN number of the vehicle, software loaded on it, and a couple of other information about this ECM. Okay, seed. Okay, cool, standard information. So now we're going to go ahead and do, by the way, as you can see, it's here also in the function on this basically printout here. We'll do connect, and we're going to read the D flash, which is the EEPROM, and then we're going to read the flash, and we're going to back up both of them. Okay, so now we're connected. Connection is the first thing you got to do on these ECMs. That then gives you the ability to manipulate and do these different things. So right now I'm going to read the D flash, which is the EEPROM. All right. I'm going to name it .12 Express. Okay. Okay. So we've saved the EEPROM, and it lets you know right there and the path that it's saved to. Now let's go ahead and read the flash. And of course, the flash area is a bigger memory space, so it's going to take longer to read. I'm going to leave this in here so you can see how long it does take to read the flash on this ECM. As you can see right now, we're pushing 10%. And this could vary. As you notice, we do have an activity light between the this red flashing light up here between the device, and it's trying to input or output. Doesn't necessarily mean that data is being transferred from a device, just to let you know there's activity going out through the VCI of the device. And by the way, now that we have this data saved, the EEPROM, we could, if we wanted to, modify this EEPROM, change the VIN number, change other settings, save that file. This also has a built-in hex editor, if you see up here. Save that file, and then we can now save it and write it to the D flash, to the ECM again, right? In fact, I'll go ahead and do that. Once it's done reading, I'm going to try to open it through the hex editor here, the EEPROM, make a small change, write it back, and read it back. So that'll be a quick test to see how the hex editor performs and reading and write it back to a unit. We're right at 97%. All right, so I'm going to save this. I'm going to call it, all right, okay, all right. And there it is here, saved to that path. Okay, by clicking over to the hex editor, as you can see, we've got the, this is going to be the flash, the recent file that you opened, right? And as you can see, it even shows the path of the device right here, of the file that you're in. So let's do a load. Let's load, and it lists them right here. D-flash. Okay, you could always go back to the previous tab and look at the file names to know which file you want to open. Of course, it'll show you this, what file it is. One thing I would like, I'm gonna see if I could reach out to OBDSTAR maybe on the next update, if on this they could append and add file size and date, last date modified. I think that would be pretty cool. Make it a little bit easier to just give you a little bit more information. I think it could be pulled the same way. Maybe that's something they can add. Let's see here. It would be, our EEPROM would be the D-flash. So we'll click on D-flash, and there it is. It's loaded. Let's see if I can, yeah, we can move this out the way if we need to. This, I guess, will navigate through the different sections of the hex file. And as you can see, we can go through and see the data. There's our VIN number, so we could modify that if we wanted. Let's see if we can get onto the ASCII side. I don't think so. We'd have to modify from the hex side here. Okay, so yeah, we'd be able to, oh, right there we have a keyboard. Let's see when I hit this. Okay, yeah, so this lets us enter our ASCII characters here. I like that. Okay, we could also, it looks like, navigate manually to different offsets from here to top. Let me click on that. No, this is just our notification of where we're located, what offset you might be editing or viewing. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's see about editing this file. Let's go ahead and change the last character of that VIN, the 79, the 9. Let's go ahead and change that to an 8. So we need to actually enter the ASCII value here. So that should be, yeah, 39. Yeah, so you see now it's highlighted. So the ASCII value for 8 would be 38, I believe. 38. Yeah, so now we've got it as an 8. So let me close the keyboard. I think it would be good if they had a save as too, because I might not want to save this original file, but I could always back it up again. What I'll do, I will not save that. I will read the D-flash again, and I'll save it. Let's see, it's a different name. Read D-flash, and I'm going to call it mod, just so I know MOD, that I made changes to that file. Okay, right, hex editor. I'm going to tell it load, and I'm going to load mod. And of course, our value here is a 9, right? Let me load the one I did not save and see if it saved it anyway, which I don't want it to, but let's see what it did. Oh, it's D-flash. No, it did not save the change that I make unless you press save. It also didn't prompt me to save it, so that's something to keep in mind, guys. If you do edit through here, of course you could also use a third-party hex editor, transfer it to a PC, whatever you want to do. I'm just showing this hex editor. I'm going to go ahead and load the mod. I'm going to edit that value, 39. Let's go ahead and put that as 38. Yep, there it is. So we've changed that value over to an 8, as you can see, 278. Now we're going to close the keyboard. And as you notice, it changed in red, so you know you did edit that value. Save. Okay, so yeah, it does default to save as, basically. So we'll just tell it okay. So it's going to overwrite. Yes. Okay, that's fine. All right. So now we tell it okay. So now we have this file loaded in memory. So let's go to write dflash. It's probably going to prompt us to, okay, so we can load the data that we just edited, or we can load the file. Either way would be fine. We saved it. Let's go to load, just so it, okay, just telling you have to put your files in that path. So we'll do the mod, tell it okay. And now it's written that modification to the dflash. I mean, yeah, so now if we read the dflash, we should have that change. We'll call it test read. Okay. All right. Now let's go over to the hex editor and let's go down to that offset. And there it is, 78. So it did write our change. So that does work. So we'll go ahead and put that back how it was. We're going to go to write dflash, load external data, and we're going to pick the first dflash we did, which we didn't modify anything. Okay. It's written. Let's go ahead and read it back. And our value should be, let's call it original data. Okay. All right. So you can make quick edits like that in the hex editor if you want. So we should have this back at 79, which we do. So that does work. The hex editor does work as it should. So that's pretty good. Quick little handy way to do it if you want to make a change on the fly, something like a VIN number or whatnot. And of course, for large changes, you could also always go to a hex conversion. You know, you can just even Google it. So let's say you just Google ASCII to hex converter, and there's going to be tons of them. Okay, actually open another website. That one wasn't working. 233544. For example, we entered that ASCII value, and we do convert, and it's going to change that ASCII value over to the hex values for those numbers. So that's, you know, just showing you how to do something like that. Pretty simple. And you could copy the hex value and paste it in, whatever. You got options, guys. All right, let's go back to the programmer. All right, right back where we left off. Okay, so that's that. It does, as you can see, we were able to back up this E38 ECM with no problems. We're going to try a couple of more ECMs. Actually, I'll make probably another video because this one is going to stretch too long. And if you want any other ECMs you guys want to see, drop a link down in the a comment. Let me know. And I've got a bunch of ECMs I can try it out, and we can do some testing, guys. I think I even got some GM TCMs and a couple other things. So let me know, guys, what you guys want to see. All right, guys, just to show you some other ECMs that this programmer supports. JPEG 4, we got JPEG 4 support, guys, boot mode. So let's go ahead and check that out. JPEG 4 pinout. Okay, there is the ECM. I can also click on that, of course, and zoom in. So you can see that, right? Hit the back, and here's the image. And by this connection, I can tell you this would require for boot mode, the P003 adapter. Again, available on our website, because you got to solder that right there. And there's the actual pinout. Okay. So you got all your JPEG-IE right here, guys. 2A. And you can always zoom in on these. They're a little far out. I like the zoom in feature. It's very snappy. If you know, like on the IM608, oh, sorry about that. It's very slow to try to zoom in on things. As you can see, the difference with this pretty much real time. So you can see exactly where we need to get to. I like that. Now let's see, try something else. Let's go to brand. Let me clear this out, of course. All right, so there's all our brands. Okay, Audi. Just look at some of the somewhat popular ones that some people probably would have questions for. Again, the list is on the link to our website. We've got the full list of all the module ECM, RF hubs, everything supported by this device. Let's see, BMW. Yeah, so let me just look at the on my back. Benz, a couple of Benz modules, and let's try that feature out, the Query Bosch part number. That's a pretty handy feature, I think. A little database built in there. So I get this question a lot on my comments. People ask, hey, how do you know what chipset you have for your ECM? Okay, for this example on the Bosch, you've got this number right here, the part number, right? So this part number is going to correspond to the actual chipset of this unit. So let's click the X here. And for example, I've got a Bosch unit here connected. Of course, this requires internet. Tell it OK. So now it's asking for that 10-digit serial number. So I've got one right here. And here is our 10-digit number. OK, let's go ahead and enter that in. All right, we got that in. Tell it OK, yes. It's going to query it, and there it is. So this ECM, which is actually an E69 GMAC Delco ECM, comes to this chipset, MED 9.6.1. So if we want to check that out, we would type in MED 9, and you can see it's bringing up live whatever it supports, .6, and there it is. So let me get rid of this keyboard, and there it is. We've got the Buick, Cadillac, GM, Chevy 9.6.1. So let's go ahead and click on it. Let's check the pinout, and there it is, guys. So we do support the E69 MED 9.6.1. As you can see, it should have that same serial number there. Back and image 2, you get the pinout, and this one is, you do not need to open the ECM, but as you can see, it requires the GPT 1 and 0, so that's the P003 adapter. And yeah, we can do some testing on this as well if you guys want to see this as well. Okay, let's go back. There's two variants of this ECM. As you can see, it would either connect with that method or this method. Either way, you do not have to open the ECM, which is always lovely when you have to clone. Let's go back. Let's look at TCM and then just body, just a quick glance so you can see at least what it looks like. Of course, it looks pretty similar. As you can see, there's logos here. So this designates how you're going to connect. So this would be OBD. And the one you see there in the middle in green would be the bench mode, and on the right would be like the chip. That would be, I'm assuming, I believe, boot mode, right? So that lets you know the different ways you would be able to connect to these to these devices, guys. So these are some of the transmissions, and of course these are direct. As you can see, they're pretty much all here in the center to let you know that they'll connect directly to the transmissions, right? So there you go. Again, full list on the website, guys. Link in the description. We're also going to have it pinned to the top of the chat, guys. And here we go on the body modules, right? So as you can see, we've got the Chrysler RFhub. You can see the modules, the model numbers rather, and you can see this one, this Fiat BSI, the BCM can be read directly through OBD port, as you can see by that logo. These, of course, are connected directly, so that's pretty cool. Let me see. Yeah, so there's no pin out here because you just do it via OBD. And on, let's try this RFhub just for SNGs, pin out. And there it is. So that would be the connection there. And here is, oh, there's another variant. And there's the actual pinout. So you'd be able to use it directly with this P004 adapter. And it's just can high, can low, and ground. And that's it. You'd be able to connect to that RFhub. Let's go and start, and let me see what options we've got in there, guys. Yes. I think they should put a check that says, don't ask me this again. But then if they do that, somebody's going to say, hey, it's not connecting, saying failure. So, yeah. Yeah, so with this, as you can see with this RFhub, we'll be able to get the general info, read the pin code, read the flash, read and write. So we'd be able to clone, modify, do whatever we need to do, which is pretty cool. I'll go to guide on this one. Okay. There you go, guys. Just one thing to note, guys, I went ahead and went under Hyundai, and actually I just went under ECM and searched Sim2K. I was just curious if it had the Sim2K 241. I've done previous videos on that with the Fox Flash. If you haven't seen those, definitely go back and check my other videos. And as you can see, these are the Sim2K models that are supported 8 ECMs. So currently it does not support that ECM. That might be something they'll be adding in the future. But just to put that out there, it does not, for example, that Sim2K 241 is supported by Fox Flash, but it's not on here at the moment, right? So just to put that out there. Okay, guys, my final thoughts on the device. I would say the build quality, I like it. It reminds me of the P50, the airbag model, but this one is, of course, a little bit larger and good build quality, like the bumpers and everything like that. The screen is, I would say, average Android screen you would get. It looks on par with the same screen that's on the P50. It's fine, it does the job. For example, I did the review on the Mixig tablet, and that screen is absolutely horrible, like the cheapest Android $20 crap screen they could possibly put on that. I don't know why they would do something like that, but anyway, this is the next level up. It's not the best screen. It's not like an OLED display or anything, but again, this is not for video games or anything like that. So for what it does, I believe it's adequate. I like it. I really do love the breakout cables it comes with. I do love these. I love how secure this connection is. And these leads actually feel like very high quality. I don't have anything bad to say about these. I love the quantity they give you as well. I think that's pretty cool. I think it would have been better if this came standard with a P003 kit and not something separate. But that's the way it's sold. Still at the price, I think it's still a good value for the modules you can do and the portability. I think this is now going to stay permanently with me when I do go out, because I love the idea that I don't have to break out my laptop. I'm a very simplistic person, or I love carrying or using smaller tools than bigger. So my scanner I use is my phone, basically. You rarely see me break out anything else. Most tools I can just keep it in my pocket and do a full diag on vehicles, my test light and, my phone, and I'm ready to go pretty much. I like this. This would keep me from breaking out my laptop. If I got to clone GM ECMs or anything, I could just do it right there. I would plug in, instead of this 12-volt AC adapter. I could use this because I also have an inverter. I use a Ryobi inverter that I just can plug right in with my 18-volt batteries and use that. Or I can just plug in directly to my cigarette lighter on my vehicle. And I've got 12-volt cigarette lighter to 12-volt adapter like this, and I use that all the time when I do clone vehicles, except now I can do it right here with this, and I don't have to have my laptop. It's just a simpler way, and I like the simple package like that. Someone said, oh, but you don't have a laptop. You don't have a Windows laptop. It's Android. You can look at it like that because, of course, you can then install Windows apps, Windows programs, rather, whereas here you can still install Android programs. And for most things I need, I can always install an additional hex editor or whatever I need pretty much here. You could always USB keyboard, mouse, whatever, this Android, or even Bluetooth if you want. For example, I always keep a couple of these, so I could always use this. You got your mouse here, keyboard, whatever, whatever floats your boat, man. One of the major pros I see with this device is that it's an original device. You're not dealing with any kind of a clone, any kind of a backdoor system, anything like that. This is a fully supported device, by us first of all, and then backed by OBDSTAR. We're in direct links with them, so directly with the development team. So if any issue arises, we can directly contact them to resolve it and possibly have some updates if it's necessary. And they have also reached out to me to let me know there are new ECMs that they're adding support all the time. In fact, there's an update recently that just came out, which they added more ECMs. And so it's a developing product, and I like the motivation they have. I really love OBDSTAR. I've been working with them for a few months now, and I gotta say, the support I get from them, I really stand by this product and the company. I think they are positioned to be definitely a leader in the industry. Top, pretty much, I would say, the way things are moving, the way they're moving. So I would highly recommend this product. Cons, it just depends on what you're looking for. Like I said, there are certain ECMs currently it doesn't have support for, but they could be added later. But as you can see, you can do different modules such as the body. That's what I like about it. So you got the RFhub and different modules, door modules. You can go through the list and all of that. So I think it's a great device, man. For the price point, I think it's definitely worth it. More details, like I said, is on the website. Click the link in the description, pinned to the top of the chat. So that's pretty much my honest review, guys. Yes, I I am a official distributor for OBDSTAR products. So yes, I do want to sell this product, but this is my honest opinion, and I do think it's actually a very good product, and it is pretty much going to be replacing everything I use as far as cloning, reading EPROMs, modifying things like that in the field and on the bench pretty much, unless there's a ECM currently that I might have to, that's not supported currently at the moment. Outside of that, this is what I'm going to be using pretty much to be doing all of that right now, because I just don't like, fiddling with the different modules or, the interfaces, switching them out all the time. On my desk, I've got so many plugged in, so now I can just eliminate that, have this into one area, and then anytime I need to clone anything or whatever, bam, this is all separate, independent, and has nothing to do with my machine. So I kind of like that idea. I love that. Yeah, so any questions? What do you guys think about it? I'd love to hear your comments. What do you think about the unit? Leave it down in the comments. By the way, anything you even want to know from OBDSTAR, anything, they also read this. They're going to watch this video, read the comments as well. So you can put it down there as well. Of course, being respectful, guys. Come on. But definitely, guys, go to the website. We got lots of tools such as these. We got the infrared IR thermal imagers. Look out for the video review on that. All of that stuff is on the website. We got tons of stuff, guys. Go to the website, check it out. You might find great deals on some good products and of course, every product we sell, we support it directly, so you're not left in the dark. So you got to be careful also where you buy your products from, guys. Anyway, click that thumbs up button, like and subscribe, guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you just got here, welcome. And definitely, we'll see you on the next one, guys.